Hey everybody, how you doing, John?
Hey, I am
Oh,
doing great. I'm doing fantastic, top of the world. Oh, but it's raining here in Texas
uh-oh.
right now. So, other than that, things are great. How are you, my friend? So good to see
Good.
you.
Yeah, it's been pretty warm here in Los Angeles, but it's starting to go down this weekend. So the one thing I love about LA though is at nighttime it does cool down a bit. So
Ooh,
cool
I love that
breezes.
LA weather.
So just to remind everyone who is jumping in here, you're here for generative AI in Photoshop.
Welcome.
And as usual, if those who can't make the live, I will be posting the link to the recording on YouTube after. So, yes, welcome everybody. Let us know where you're watching from.
Right down there. I know where I'm watching from. Right here.
Texas.
Right in my playroom / supposed to be a dining room, but
I like the Star Wars mask in the
I have
back.
my little stormtrooper pillow back there. These aren't the artists you're looking for. No, yes, they are. Yes, they are.
So we got some people coming in. So we got Rhonda Moore Strickland, who's in Texas. Good to see you here.
All right, Texas.
And then we got Andre Cheem in Sydney, Australia. Forgive me if I mispronounce your name.
Very cool.
James in Minnesota.
Great picture.
Stephen, who's in the groups. Hello from Prescott Valley, Arizona. Good to see you here.
He wins the Cool Beard Award.
That's right. Cool Beard Award. Nice. That's a good portrait of him. Yeah.
It is.
And then Chip in Tampa. Good to see you here. CJ on pause, Harvey Bay, Australia.
Nice.
Ingrid Pomeroy. Hello from San Francisco Bay Area.
Right.
I would like to move back to. And we got Richard Turner Jones all the way from Australia. Good morning.
I'm so happy you made it, Richard. Okay.
Cool. So yes, we're going to be going over generative AI in Photoshop.
Yep.
And one of the great news is that our timing was, we got Jennifer here too. Good to see you here. New Zealand.
UEA.
But I was going to say our timing is perfect because I think just yesterday they made a bunch of updates to Photoshop. So now generative AI in Photoshop, which we used to have to show majority of it in Photoshop beta, is now in Photoshop 2024.
Hey.
Where's your lasers now, or fireworks or something? Nice. I will lots to go over and lots to have fun with. Let me grab a prompt here. Oh, let's see now. The first one.
Grab a prompt. Any prompt. Any prompt will do. Any prompt.
So do you mind if I go first, John?
Jeez, man. Push it. Yeah, of course. No.
Push it.
You're the host, my man. Go for it.
Richard says there goes the effects budget with the
oh, I know, right? That's
balloons
it.
And
yeah, I know. We spent a lot of money on that. Oof. Boy.
Okay, well, I'm gonna jump on in and let's see.
Effects budget.
You can see my screen, right, John?
Yes, I do. There's nothing going on yet, but that'll change.
Just some panels. So yes, here I am in Photoshop 2024. And let's see. I want to open up an image that I'm going to use for today for one of the things. So this is an image from Pexel Stock. Some kooky kids. And, in general, when you open up any image, first thing you'll notice is the contextual taskbar at the bottom, where you can just click and boom, you can select subject. If you hit the Q key for quick mask, you can see how nicely it did. A little bit of kind of leaking in the areas of the background between the two people here, but for most part, pretty good. Like here, it got underneath the legs. Deselect. You also see that there is an option to remove background. So I guess it would automatically convert it to a layer for you and add a layer mask. And then as you can see with the pixels or the grid, that there is transparency underneath here. And then of course here where it missed, you can just go back in since it has a built-in layer mask and take that out. But in this case, I wanted to show something else. So a couple of there's some new features beyond the generative AI or generating an image in Photoshop, now in Photoshop. So I wanted to show one and let John show one of the other ones. But so here I have an image, and I'm just going to hit F. We have the gray background. And then in the toolbar, happy birthday. Exactly, Firefly, you can now generative AI or generating an image in Photoshop, you can do it right there and then start adding your other elements, doing photo compositing, quite nice. Okay, so in the toolbar, there is now a new tool. So over here is the adjustment brush. So we now have this adjustment brush. So if I go over to my image, I hit the right bracket to make my brush a bit bigger. And I'm not going to do a perfect selection, but if I start painting here, of course, it's making it bright yellow, but I'm not stuck to that. So I'm just basically making this selection.
What's going to happen?
And then after I do that, it kind of chose its own adjustment. I guess maybe something I was in the last time I was playing around with Photoshop. So you'll see in the contextual taskbar, it says brightness, contrast. So you got levels, curves, exposure, vibrance, hue, saturation, color balance, black and white, et cetera, et cetera. So maybe I'll just go to hue, saturation, and then it has it selected. So you can turn it on, turn it off. And then if I double click the icon in the layers panel, pops up the properties for hue, saturation. I can then change the hue. And then the saturation might be a bit strong, so I can bring that down. So I'll bring that down to like a +7, and then I can move this around. So like I said, I'm not making a perfect selection now, but if I was, working on this for someone, for a project, I would just go back and make sure that the brush goes around the edge of this sweater here, over here. But I believe while I'm in it, I can also, let's see.
Add to it?
If I'm here, I believe, yep, I can just add to it. So I can just kind of keep brushing, and it takes on the change of the hue that I wanted. So I can just add around the edges. And then, of course, if you say I'm doing the top left and I do something like this, oh, it doesn't even, that's pretty nice. I was going to try to show you, like, if it makes a mistake and goes into and it won't even let me.
It wouldn't let you. Wow. How about that? And it's not even that.
It's keeping it to the edges for me. That's quite nice.
Well, blow me down. I was going to be all smart saying, all right, you could create a clipping mask, but never mind. You don't need to.
That's right. Nice. But now if I do say I go over her fingers here a little bit. So I went over her fingers. If I just hold down I think if I hold on the Option key, now it looks like it's going to be sampling. So you do have to go to the taskbar and just use the minus brush, the subtract brush. And then, of course, you just subtract that kind of part of the selection.
Right.
And then, so say it's bleeding over on her, I can just use that subtract brush to take that color off of her. And then, then as I go over back to my adjustment layer, double click on that icon. Once again, I can change the hue itself and, of course, change the saturation. So I could even, make it kind of like a desaturated purple as opposed to a neon purple. But pretty nice. Pretty nice. So there's that. And then let me just kind of, I'll just keep it there for now. Now to show the beauty of the generating an image directly in Photoshop, all I do is on a Mac, Command N, on a PC, Control N for new. And then it remembers my recent items. So I have 1080 by 1080 or 2048 by 2048. So say I choose the 2048 by 2048. It's just a white background. And then you'll notice in the contextual taskbar, they better change it to just taskbar. But here it says import image, so I could import an image right there in the taskbar, or I could hit generate image. And then just so you know, if you go up to the edit area, there is now also generate image. And if you go further down to where it says keyboard shortcuts, so here, if I were to go to edit area and then scroll down, I'm just going to get out of there. But if I were to go down to underneath the fill area, under generate image, I could assign my own keyboard shortcut, which I did here, Command G.
Okay.
Just be aware that it will take over a pre-existing keyboard shortcut. So Command G was allocated for grouping layers. I don't do that often. I can just drag them into like a layer set. So I said, fine, Command G will now be generate image.
Cool.
So I could just technically now just hit Command G, or if I hit generate image, there is this new panel, just like Firefly, and just like the previous Photoshop, just like Photoshop beta.
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Looks familiar.
Looks familiar. So I'm just going to paste in, surrealist portrait, lady's face seamlessly blended with lush rainforest. You have the option of choosing art or photo for your content type. I like to choose art. I believe it gets a bit more imaginative. You see more details, whereas a photo, it tries to be more like stock type of image.
Right.
And then if I did have a reference image, which I will show you later on. For this one, I don't have a particular reference image. Okay. If I had a reference image and it was, say, I have a woman's face or a portrait, and it was, say, profile, then I could use that as a way to kind of show the exact kind of composition reference I want. And then, of course, under effects, the minute you click that, you have a lot of the same, maybe even all of the same effects as you do. Right? Yeah. All the same effects as Adobe Firefly. What you don't have, though, is the, what was it? Is the lighting effects.
Oh, right.
That you get in Firefly.
Right.
And,
yes.
I think it was also, there was one other thing, some other kind of stylization options you don't get. But it's still pretty good. And this is the first iteration of generating an image in Photoshop. So
it's huge. It's huge. It's very huge. It's huge. No, it's fantastic. Yeah.
And I just hit generate, and you can see a little progress bar up top.
We'll take a drink.
Take a drink. Properties panel pops up. You can see that it's going to create 3 variations. Pretty nice, huh? Right from the get-go.
What?
What? What, Scooby-Doo? It sounds just like. And then, as you can see here, you can either just click through the variations. They're all pretty good, right?
Beautiful. Pretty nice. With the birds on her face. I mean, I like it.
It's pretty cool. It's like a movie poster, right? And then, if you don't want to do the variation, click through here in Properties panel. You do have the taskbar where you have this 1 through 3, and I can just click here to cycle through as well.
I gotta say, even though it's not always easy to say, it is very handy, the contextual taskbar.
And it's getting better and better.
It is indeed. I like it. I wasn't a big fan at first, but I am
You're a fan now?
A big fan. In fact, you could say that I'm celebrating.
Cool. So that was pretty fun. Yeah. So
I would say
let's share John's screen.
Okay.
There's John in Photoshop.
I'm going with a minimalist kind of aesthetic today. So you wanted me to show you a little bit of the adjustment brush, right? We want to see some adjustment brush. Who wants to see some adjustment brush? Raise your hand.
I think I showed the adjustment brush, so you would be showing the selection brush.
Oh, I'm sorry. The selection brush. My bad.
No problem.
The selection brush. So
unless you want to go back and show some more of the adjustment brush.
We can't get too much of it. Okay, but all right. So here it is. It's now a new icon in your thingamabob, in your taskbar. There it is. See it there? Right there?
That's the adjustment brush, I think.
Oh, the adjustment brush. My bad. Okay, so here we go. So what we're looking for? We're looking for the.
It might be at the bottom.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah, you might have to click that to see.
That, yeah. Yeah, you know what? I don't know.
I think if you go to Edit Toolbar, it might pop up and you can drag it into your.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about in beta. My bad. Yeah, I've been stuck in beta for for a while now. Okay, so all
If
right.
not, you could just show some adjustment brush stuff.
Yeah. So here's a selection brush. Hang on. It's coming. Here we go.
Yeah, we don't see the panel for the
All right. All right. So I got it. Oop, I'll close that. Done. All right. Now it's going to appear. Oh, it's going to appear. There we go. Okay. So you see, this is a new tool, and I'll
Nice.
zoom in on it so you can see it's a new. You may have to do like I did, and
So it's new selection brush in Photoshop.
there it is, right
Nice.
there.
Cool.
Pretty neat. All right. So, and if you look here at the top, there's some options. Once you select it, you can choose your brush type. So right now I got like maximum hardness. Let me just kind of dial that down. This, I don't know, 50%.
Nice.
And you can just adjust the brush size like you would any other brush by using your left-right brackets like that. So I'm just doing left bracket for smaller, right bracket for bigger. I'll do something like that. Sure.
Cool.
And one thing, last but not least, you also have your opacity, which can be very handy. So this can, whoops, hello. All right. Let's see, I'm doing the wrong, there we go. Okay, there we go.
Okay.
And we're back. So let's say you wanted to do, like you wanted to put this fishbowl is nice, but I want something in it.
Maybe a fish.
I don't know what, a fish. Why, sure. So I'll draw in my little thing with my brush here. There, right?
Nice.
And then on our contextual taskbar that I love so much now, that I'm a big fan of, I'm going to do a generative fill. And what will we like? Yeah, we would like about a
Tropical fish, exotic fish,
tropical fish. That's
rumble fish. Remember that movie? I love that.
Oh my gosh, you're really digging into the archives there. You see, who was that? Stuart Copeland, I think, did the music for that.
Yeah, absolutely. From the Police,
Yeah.
the drummer.
One of my favorites.
Great.
Tropical fish. Okay, good enough for me. And you have some other options, but we don't have to worry about that.
Hit generate.
All right, so it's going to generate. So of course, when it's generate, you take a drink. Take a drink.
So I wonder what would happen if you typed in rumblefish, though.
Rumblefish. Okay.
Oh,
so yeah, it kind of looks kind of cartoony, but
and then we have the three variations, right?
Yeah, and you have your three variations we can cycle through here. It's
Oh,
not bad.
they blend nicely with the blue of the
Yes.
water. The kind of.
So we could try it both ways. Let's try it like without the selection brush tool. Let's just try it with the regular lasso tool and see the difference here. Okay, so I've just made a selection here, a terrible selection, but it's made a little lasso
No,
thing.
that's fine.
I'm going to do a gen fill here again, and I'm going to type in the same prompt, tropical fish. Okay, and I think you'll see the difference here because I had that 50% opacity going. That it's just going to kind of like be like.
Right, so that feels like it's on the outside of the.
That's right, like a decal almost. And by the way, I'm stealing this idea from the venerable Terry White, who had a great tutorial on YouTube. So check it out. He talks about some of the new features. Don't right now, not right now, not right now. After we're done,
stay here in the live,
But do check it out because Terry's the man, and he did something where showing how this selection brush can be quite handy. So you see, look at that. I mean, it's great. And you can do blend modes and stuff like that, but you can just do it right there. And
yeah, see, that looks nice. So it looks behind the water or in the water, right?
That's right. It looks like they're in the water. That they don't look entirely real. I could probably put photo of a typical.
Maybe it'll be square, like a photo, like a Polaroid's been dropped in there.
Yeah, maybe. You know what? I probably do it. I'll do a brand. Stop. All right. So I just long clicked on the lasso tool here to get that the selection brush. So it's up here with all my other drawing tools. Yeah, so forth. Not drawing tools, but selection tools. So yeah. Okay. So let's see. Let's see if it makes a difference. Photo of a tropical fish. And generate. And take a drink.
Generate.
Oh, I'm running out of coffee. Oh, what a bummer, man.
Do you have water too? I hope.
Yeah, I've got it back up.
Right. Good. I got my Max bottle. There it is.
Sweet, Max Bong. What?
No, Max bottle.
Oh, bottle. Oh, okay. Much better. We'll talk later.
We'll get us censored on YouTube or Facebook, right?
Yeah. So I didn't quite, but okay.
That's
The
pretty
idea-
cool, though. I like the blue kind of
concept is
mingling with it.
there, but it definitely looks like it's there in the thing. And of course, this being Photoshop, you can tweak it further, of course, but this saves you, this can save you, think of the applications, and they can save you a lot of time. So thanks,
Cool.
Photoshop, for doing the selection brush.
Well done, my friend.
I tried.
That'd be a handsome little fish bowl to have with a tropical fish like that.
When but there's no place for it to, there's no oxygen thing. Drill a hole there at the top where little guys can breathe. Right now.
Also make sure if it's a tropical fish, you got to have special water and you got to treat it and all that.
Never mind. I'm out.
So do you want to have fun now and just create a new document?
Yeah, I never ask. I've got some ideas. So I think, but you fire away, my friend, and I can't wait to see what you got up your sleeve.
Should I jump back in and do another one, or do you want to generate an image? But I mean, you did do a good grouping of these. So shall I share my screen now then?
Yeah, you share your screen. I'll watch.
All right, cool. So let me jump over here. And then stage. So here we are back. That image. And so, like I said, it's as easy as Command N, and then you can choose a new preset. So 2048 by 2048 at 72 or 1080 by 1080 at 150. Of course, just to let you know, if you go over to photo, you can get 7.5 or 7 by 5 at 300 ppi. If you do something like print, you'll get the 8.5 by 11 at 300, the 11 by 17s, etc. And of course, you can always go to the right and type in your own. Just make sure that you look to the right where the numbers are. Make sure that if you want pixels, you don't have inches selected. So just make sure.
Which I have done before.
You put in like 5,600 inches.
I was like, why is this file size so huge?
All right, so here we are, brand new image. And then I can just click generate image. This pops up. I have the prompt. So just paste it. Coloring sheet with intricate designs in the form of a goddess with magical splendor. And then I'm going to choose art. Now, in this case, I wanted to show you about reference image. So if I go to reference image this time, it asks you to choose an image. I can just say choose. And then I have some previous images I worked on. Let me just do a quick preview. So kind of successful images in that style I like. So yeah, maybe this one. So I just say open, and then now you can see it's there inside the reference image area. And then for effects, I can go through. Now I'm curious, the whole coloring sheet is the black and white. The reference image is black and white. But I'm wondering if I do something like this where it says color explosion. That sounds like a plane went by or something. Is that a plane in your area?
My yard guy is right outside my window. Sorry about that. Here,
It'll go by pretty fast, probably. Yeah. Okay, so then I just hit generate, and like I said, I'm trying a conflict of interest. I have it set to a coloring sheet with intricate design, and my reference image is that black and white, but yet under effects, I chose like a color explosion. So when I hit generate, let's see what this does. Properties panel, you can see.
I forgot to take a drink.
For the properties panel, oh, that's interesting. So it kind of does a slight coloring. So there's the first one, second one, third one. It's a little too pretty for my sensibilities, but
It is lovely. Beautiful.
it's
Yeah.
like kind of like a kid's coloring book, right? A girl's coloring book.
I was thinking like those coloring books for grown-ups, you know?
Okay, now I have to go get a surreal image.
Hey, Edward.
Okay, double exposure. Okay, here's a good one. Okay, cool. Okay, so there's that. And then just in case someone wants to see that, I'll just say sketch, put it there and save Photoshop layered file. And then this one, did I save? Just say birds.
You know, it's so weird. I see you have a file folder called Today. That's exactly what I did.
Oh, really?
I have a file.
Yeah, just make it easy. You know, it's focused and don't have to like go searching for detailed, descriptive folders. I can just like, okay, today.
Only thing is, you can't use it tomorrow.
That's right. So I'll have to make one tomorrow. But if I make one tomorrow, I will never be able to use it because it'll always be today.
It'll always be today.
Okay,
so
I just do a Command N, and then 2048 by 2048. Hit generate image. This new panel comes up, and then this time, okay, so this is what I did see. So do be aware this is brand new. So it's slightly buggy. So let me just close this. I'm not even going to save it. And then if I do a new one, let's see if it'll take. So here it is. I say generate image, and it's not pasting. Let me just make sure I did.
Oh, fiddlestick.
Okay. So yeah, you know, it is absolutely brand new.
Mm.
So let me just go back here. No, any good jokes there, John? Well,
why did Photoshop cross the road? No.
Okay, so I'm just going to restart Photoshop real quick.
Okay.
But like it literally just came out. So
no worries. Do you want me to jump in and do a?
Well, I was going to just go back and just see after restarting if it'll work.
There you go.
Okay, so just go over here. Okay, so here I am. You can see the previous ones I worked on. Just do Command N, hit create, and then as I drag this over, I hit generate image, and then hopefully it'll paste. Nope.
No.
Okay, so then I'm going to just try under edit, generate image.
You know, I had problems copying and pasting as well, so I guess it's universal.
Okay. Generate image.
Rhonda asked if I was anywhere where they had earthquakes last night in Texas. No, Rhonda, I was not. But man, I hope everybody's okay. Man,
yeah.
I must confess I haven't looked at much news today, so I kind of missed that.
Well, John, do you want to take over then?
But I'm sorry. Yeah. You know.
I mean, technically, I could jump over to Photoshop Beta and kind of follow through with my next prompt.
Sure. Yeah, no worries.
On the fact that it's in Photoshop 2024.
I have an idea, and I'm stole the idea from you. I hope it's okay, but I'm going to try something. Okay, so this is a portrait shoot I did last week, and it's Bailey. Say hi, Bailey. Okay, and I thought it came out. I thought we'd try something, an Andrew Kavanagh thing here, using her as our subject. So I'm going to try this. She's going to be my reference image, so we're going to close that. Just wanted to show you that real quick. And now we're going to just create a new document. My menu's over here, or I can do Control N, I suppose. And look, I have the same stuff Andrew was talking about. You have all the cool
presets.
Yeah, all the presets. Okay, I'm just going to see the word I've got.
Items.
Do what?
Like a little banner. That'd be nice. Create a banner of some sort.
Create a banner? Sure. I was just, I think this is I think the last setting I had was I was creating a Facebook graphic.
Nice.
So we're going to create a
Before they give you a violation, right?
right. You can't catch me. No. Okay, we're going to generate an image and the contextual taskbar. And look, I've just got the thing just like you. I'm curious if I can copy and paste.
Paste in your prompt. I want to see if it even takes.
Yeah, I'm going to see if I can. Okay, well, it pasted. So
Okay, cool.
it's hit and miss, I think, because I've had problems where it did not. So go figure. So we're going to do like, I'm not going to pick an art type, but I'm going to use a reference image.
Nice.
And so I'm going to choose the image and I'm going to go to, where is it? Desktop. I had, I had it called Today and I changed it to Live.
Oh, come on. I thought we were synchronized here.
I'm sorry. Okay, and it's telling me that reference image helps you apply blah, 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 blah. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, fine.
Right. Make sure it's your own reference image.
I didn't really read it. But it's a double exposure photography. I'll zoom in so you can read my prompt.
Sounds good.
Double exposure photo of a woman and a futuristic cityscape.
Futurist.
And
Blade Runner.
I'm going to type in glitch core because I'm like really into that kind of like that's aesthetic right now. Yeah, kind of a futuristic.
I'm gonna have to put that in my prompt. Glitch core.
Glitch core. We'll see what happens. It could be lame. I don't know.
Like a new kind of music. Instead of hardcore punk, it's glitch core.
It's not like dubstep. It's like
very digital.
I sounded just like
core.
Yeah, that's it exactly. Okay, so
if anyone's watching this, if you use that name, you have to give me and John Williams, some commission for using making new music movement of glitchcore.
Right, that's right, glitchcore. Can you imagine? All right.
I think it's a great name, don't you? It could be a new total music movement.
I think so. Yeah. It's a thing, man.
Glitchcore.
There's too many genres, too many to count. I'm just like prog rock, I keep it simple. I'm not going to do it like this. I'm just going to generate like this, and because just for the sake of time. But you have all those options there. But I'm not going to pick any of them. Let's just see what happens. Fingers crossed. Oh, take a drink for luck. Okay. Wow. Interesting. So it used Bailey's likeness and kind of.
Yeah, that's one thing that
I wanted a double exposure, and it gave me sort
of.
That's
kind of cool, though. Yeah.
Interesting.
I was going to say sometimes it tends to take the reference image and override the kind of creative prompt that you have. So it kind of ignores the double exposure and the glitch core. And...
Right. Which that's fine. I'm just going to try generative expand. I'm going to expand it and then see what happens when we do that. I'm just going to generate.
John, 1 second.
Oh, okay.
John. Andrea's here. Hey, beautiful peeps, she says.
Where have you been, Andrea?
Good seeing you, Andrea.
I'm so glad you came, Andrea. We love you. Not bad. The first thing, of course, I look for in AI is the hands. She appears to be the goddess Shiva and has multiple arms. So that's okay. Okay. Oh, there. And not terrible. Anyway, so you thought I'd give it a try. So it didn't.
Yeah, you can always retouch out some of the excess.
Yeah, it didn't behave. It didn't do like I wanted it to, but that's okay. I was hoping for an Andrew Kavanagh special there with the double exposure. Meetings. Yeah, and we look. All right, I understand. You're forgiven.
It's a busy
all right,
life.
So there's that. But it did a pretty good job. I found I like. So I wonder if I just do an art style. So if I start over, what if I start over? Here, I'll just gonna create a new solid layer. So I'll just have like a solid plain background. Oh, okay. Delete that. Double click. Boop. Delete. Okay, so now we don't need that. Good, go away. All right. Now I'm done. So where is my contextual taskbar? It seems to have disappeared.
under window.
Disappeared. All right, yeah, go back up to window, maybe.
Should show up under your window menu.
Yeah, contextual taskbar. Which I'm sorry, my menu is on the other screen. I would highlight that, but if you don't have your contextual
I
taskbar,
think
you
once
go
you
to.
do like the select all, maybe
Oh, maybe. Yeah, let's try that. Let's just do
like yeah.
Oh, it's back. Yeah, weird.
Yep.
I wonder if I just make that the background layer. Let's just see what happens there. Let's see.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So now if you hit, you're going to do generative fill.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's do a. Let's see. Hang on. Hang on. Flat image. There we go. Okay. I just had to make that the background. Interesting. Okay. That's fine. So then I can go back and try to generate the image again, and I use the same prompt. This time I'm going to do art.
How come you're allowed to keep pasting the prompt?
I'm sorry. I feel
Wouldn't let me
bad.
paste my prompt.
I know. I feel so bad. I'm sorry. Okay, so we use that again, and we're going to do an art style. This time, maybe we'll try some of our effects. Let's try anime or chaotic. How
I saw
about
chaotic. That sounded interesting.
glitch? We tried glitch graphic. So
Yeah, try that.
Let's try that, and then we'll generate. Let's see if it behaves. Oh, I'm not taking a drink. All right, I'll take a drink.
Is it just water?
Oh, okay, better. It's just water. Yeah, I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint you.
It's too early, anyways, right?
That's right. Okay, so interesting. It took her as a reference image, and
Yeah,
I see
much better.
The same colors if you compare the.
I wonder what it is that made it so that it this
So
time
here's
around it was much more successful.
Yeah, I don't know. I think because I pressed art style and I used
Right.
one of the preset styles, and maybe that did the trick. Um, I don't know. That's why I guess you just kind of keep trying, and it is 5 o'clock somewhere, Steve. Thank you, and it's Friday. Woohoo! So yeah, you can see kind of it took sort of the same colors
It's nice.
from the original there. And yeah, let's see. There's another variation here.
Andrea says Photoshop was waiting for it to join, or it was waiting for me to join you.
And then it's like, oh, Andrea's
Photoshop
here.
works when Andrea shows up.
Of course. Like now you shape up. Maybe you'll be successful with
You're gonna be successful, Mike, next time.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay. So room. Jump back to my stage. Okay. So that, as you can see, I have Photoshop beta up in case it tries to dupe me again. So, okay, here we are. Maybe I'll even create a new untitled doc, though. Just going to call it new. And create. So new. There's a contextual taskbar, generate image. Boom. It let me paste. See, Andrea does have the magic touch. So
Yay!
paste my prompt into the area.
I can see why you wanted to copy and paste that. That's a beast.
Well, it's a new one, yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see what other stylizations shall I choose? Well, I like layered paper. I don't know if it'll take, but I like that effect. So then I hit generate. You see the progress bar up top. See 3 variations spinning. Well, that's pretty cool, huh? I like the little lines around it too. So there's the first one, second one. That's pretty cool.
Okay, yours came out way cooler than mine. Why? That is so awesome.
So that's pretty cool. I like this kind of background. And then, so one thing I learned is when you have these 3 variations and then you want to do something to it, like say, I'm going to take this into camera raw. One thing I do just as a precaution is I will just do on a Mac Command J, Control J on a PC, jump the layer, as they say, make a copy of it. So
Okay.
then if I go here and then I go up to say filter, camera raw,
Mm.
sometimes you'll get a warning that it's going to rasterize the layer or something.
Oh, right, right.
So I just zoom out a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
go to my kind of basics panel in camera raw. So under color, do I want it to be a little cooler? Sure, why not? So
Sure.
-9. Then as I pull up the vibrance, the blue gets a bit more intense. And then if I do saturation, the yellows will get more intense. So in this case, I might even pull it down. So
Okay.
maybe a -5. Yeah, that's good. And then for light, I'm going to bump the exposure just a little bit. And then the contrast.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
And then bring back some of the highlights by going negative, like a negative 19.
Right.
Bump the whites a little bit. And then down here, you can see the toggle to default settings. You just click that, you see before, after. So now it's a bit more kind of vibrant. And then if I go to effects and I move the texture side to the right, I can add a little bit of kind of sharpness to the detailed areas. And I might even go to detail itself, where if I move the sharpening slider to around 40, the trick is, yeah, I'm already starting to see it though in the face, like some detail. But the trick is if you then hold down the Option key on a Mac or Alt on a PC and go to your masking slider, when you click, everything that is white is being sharpened. But while holding down that Option or Alt key as you move it to the right, you get a nice preview. Whatever is white is being sharpened, whatever is black is being protected. So it is showing, whatever has excessive detail to be sharpened, that's the
Mm.
white areas, and the smoother areas are black. And
Okay.
so around the 60, 65 area like this, and I just let go, and it isolates the sharpening. And
Very
then when I say okay, then as you can see, it does add like a smart filter. So it,
cool.
it,
Right.
it sees that it was originally like a generative AI layer and adds a smart filter. So I can turn it on, turn it off, and it does have a built-in layer mask so I can edit out certain areas. But if I go to properties panel, so the good news is it did keep it. So if I go to the properties panel, you do see that I can jump to the other ones, which I do believe it is taking on some of the smart filter. Yeah, it is taking on the smart filter, even though I wasn't focusing on that particular version or variation. So just go back.
Nice.
Yeah, do that. And then if I go here and then I choose that new, where is the brush? So there's the adjustment brush and then there's the selection brush. So if I choose that new selection brush, I can use that just as a way to make a selection. And then I can say generative fill. And what should I put there? What should be floating in the
Mm.
sky? Hummingbird? I like hummingbirds lately. So
Oh, yeah, yeah. Sure.
it's very
Hummingbird.
summery.
Or maybe it could be like a mechanical hummingbird since
Ooh, I
she's
like that.
a cyborg.
What's that other phrase that they use for kind of that mechanical look? Not grunge, but
Not steampunk.
maybe steampunk. Let me try that. Steampunk
Sure.
hummingbird.
Steampunk hummingbird. Another great band name.
There we go. That's right. If you use that, you got to pay me.
That's right.
Okay, so I just hit generate. Does a little preview, progress bar. Ooh, and then we get 3 variations. So I'm just going
Ooh,
to
I
move
like
this
the
over,
second.
and then I can go. That's nice.
Okay.
Cute. That's a cute one, though.
That's cute.
Round.
A little wind-up toy.
I kind of like this one with the wings. The 2 wings are kind of nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. So maybe I'll jump on back. Any next prompts? Any ideas for your next prompt, John?
I do. I do have an idea. Okay,
Okay.
so let's create a new document here, and
It's
we'll do.
nice that I didn't have to go to Photoshop beta. I can just stay in the Photoshop.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's nice. Yeah. And I like the going into camera raw and adjusting your colors and then sharpness and stuff like that. Camera raw is my best friend.
And just a reminder that the camera raw filter, that panel that I just went to, is the same processing engine as if you were in Lightroom.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. Very cool.
Cool.
I like lions. I was thinking about going on a safari.
Nice.
So thought maybe I'm making a safari type brochure, or like maybe the beginnings of one. I don't know. This isn't like aspect ratio for brochure necessarily, but we'll just pretend. All right. So I'm back in here with the contextual taskbar. Got a new document. I'm going to generate an image. And I got my prompt. Let's see if it copies and pastes. Andrea's here, so I'm feeling lucky. There we go.
Nice.
So I got a double exposure of a majestic lion in the breathtaking African savanna. Sharp focus, white background, double exposure because I seem to be like on that kick right now. Okay, so
you're going to choose art or photo? And
I think we'll do art. Yeah, let's do art. I don't have any effects. Maybe a reference image though. One of the ones that's already in Photoshop, maybe, or that's in the Firefly engine that is now embedded in Photoshop. Maybe something like that, like the painting style, perhaps, maybe.
I'm just curious to see if you just do it direct. Just hit.
If I just do it direct, yeah. There. So if you don't want to do that, you can just go.
I mean, that's for reference image is good.
Trash can.
But what I meant for like under effects, I don't think you need to even choose.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay, you're back. What'd you do? Command Z?
I could have, but I just clicked on it.
Oh, you just grabbed it there. Okay, cool. Cool.
Magical. All right. I think we're ready. Press the blue button and
the magic blue button.
Tell a joke. Why did Photoshop cross the road? To get to the
pixels.
Bum.
That's cool. Looks like a pen and ink, colored pen and ink sketch.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Then you got the watercolor.
I like that a lot. Yeah, and if you want, you could pull an Andrew and go into Camera Raw under Filter and Camera Raw Filter, and it's just like over here, and back over here. There we go. And
that I like it a lot from Dumb and Dumber.
Maybe I did. Maybe I didn't. Yes. Okay, I did. So let's see.
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. Color. Let's give it a little more vibrance, perhaps. Yeah, maybe a little more.
Yeah, Andrea said Photoshop crossed the road to get to Illustrator.
Ooh. Well, there you go.
And then Rod's here from New Zealand enjoying this Photoshop presentation.
Okay, I think that makes 3 from New Zealand. It's got to be a record.
Yeah, nice.
We need more Kiwis in the house. That's great. All right. And we've got Richard from Australia. And I think, and I'm sorry if I'm leaving anybody out. Anyway. All right. So I just kind of bumped up some stuff. What if I do some curves? Oh yeah.
Contrast there, yeah.
Tiny bit, maybe.
Edward says PhotoStrator.
PhotoStrator. Yeah.
Pretty nice that you can create these images right there in Photoshop and then tweak them with camera.
Yeah, and without leaving Photoshop. So yeah, it's very nice. Everything's under one roof. So yeah, I kind of like that. So I created a smart filter. Boop. Here it is before and after. And it's subtle, but it's those little subtle things that make the world go around. So I like that. I mean, that's really cool. There's the beginning of my Safari brochure, and then you can go in.
Edward says he loves the hidden cat.
The hidden cat. Is there a hidden cat?
Where's the hidden cat?
Oh my gosh, is it hiding somewhere?
Oh, I see it. It's at the top of its forehead.
Oh my gosh, that's so weird. Okay.
Slightly demonic hidden cat.
Wow. I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Dark, brooding.
For now, I'm going to leave it, but it's going to haunt my dreams.
Looks pretty cool, though. As Rich said, in the forehead, yeah.
Right? Wow, good eye. I was just so yeah, using my selection brush, and it's all gonna. I'm sure it'll make sense. Let's see. Raise my tolerance up. I don't want it going like over everything, and I want it to do contiguous. There, it's a little better. Okay, so I'm gonna create a mask. I didn't want to do the opposite of
Get rid of his image.
it. That's right. There you go. It's all done now. And so what I
I'm into
wanted
minimalism now.
Safari, and Andrea's
Safari.
Safaris. Okay, because we're just like giving Andrea a hard time. So you can go in here and here I'll just expand that a little bit. Some more headroom up here. Okay.
Yeah, right. Nice.
Oh, it's going to have to do that. So we'll just.
Uh-oh.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, I that was unintended.
It's mixing all the worlds together. Yeah.
It's generative expand, so I didn't want it to generative expand that. So I just want to here.
Andrea says, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, you're funny. Okay, I don't want to generate expand. I just want to
background. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's what I wanted. It remembered my last setting. Darn you, Photoshop, with your memory. Say Andrea's. Wow, we're just a hairs away from Andrew and Andrea.
Safari.
I don't know if I want to use this font necessarily, but I mean, just for the
Playful though.
It's kind of fun. I did like a little thing for like a kids thing earlier, and I guess that was the last font I used. So it's called Fatty Cake Smooth, FYI, if you like.
What a name.
Fatty Cakes. Fatty Cake, Baker's Man.
Fun name.
So I don't know. These are my decorative fonts. There you go. That's kind of safari looking, kind of Jurassic Parky, I guess. I don't know. Andrea Safaris.
Yeah.
And of course, you can go in here and do your colors and all that.
That's nice.
We won't bog you down, but you can just kind of put it like that because you got all these great selection tools. And anyway, we can keep going on this. This isn't a font tutorial, but it's showing you that you can do all this stuff in-house. You can generate your image.
And it gives Andrea an idea of like another career path in the future, right?
Yeah, and it also Photoshop now does numbering and bullet points. I love that. That's really cool.
Cool. Yeah, you want to show that real quick?
Oh yeah, sure, real quick. That's what we would say: lions, tigers, and bears.
Oh my!
So yeah, we gotta bring it up here and change it to another font that's something a little more sensible. I don't know. Sure. And,
it's a little big though.
A little big. Yeah. So
that's all right. You can see it for the
something like that. Okay, just for granted, we'll put it there. Okay, now you go into your paragraph settings. So up here, I'll zoom in. Paragraph
panel.
And right there. New thing: bullets and numbering. So I know
bullets.
And it made little
bullets. Dot.
Ta-da! Lions, tigers, bears. Oh my!
And so, says, yes, my Safari would have pink animals.
It totally would. And they'd be so cute, and my daughter would love it. Can we go
to Edward says, would be nice if that font looks like bamboo.
Oh, bamboo. That would be cool. Yeah. I need a bamboo font. That would be pretty cool.
Cool.
But yeah, just to kind of give you idea real quick. It's one of the new features in Photoshop. So yeah.
Cool.
I mean, there's your weekend right there.
Nice. All right, so I'm going to jump in, and then so I had this one idea I want to try. Let me just do this. Save this before I go. So new PSD, boom. And then just a new one. Hopefully it'll take the prompt. So yeah, new document. Click generate image. Dreamscape unfolding, fantasy intertwine, blah, 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 blah. Art. And I just generate.
Oh, almost forgot.
Pretty cool.
Mm. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
Nice.
Oh, that's cool. Like
So
before.
then here I am. Hit F so you can see. And then if I choose the crop tool, and then, as John said earlier, you want to make sure in the options bar, so zoom up, where the fill says background default, I obviously want to change it to generative expand. And then zoom back out. I'm in the crop tool already. I just hold on a Mac the option key, on a PC Alt, and then go to the left middle or right middle bracket. And then as I pull to expand to make this more of a horizontal image, when I let go, you do have to go up and hit the like apply. I'm surprised I don't have that in the contextual taskbar as well, but I'll just hit the apply check mark.
I'm not laughing at you. I just the contextual.
You're laughing with me?
Yes.
I know. I got to maybe. That did a pretty good job. So as you can see, it's pretty seamless. The expand to the left and right side.
It's
I move that over even more.
It's hot.
When I get to the, well, I don't even have to go to properties. I can just go to the taskbar, and then I just click on the right arrow. So it's just slight deviations, but it's just kind of filling the background. So here's got like a solid horizon line. Here it's added like clouds.
I like that one.
And then here's kind of like in between the two, kind of a shimmering going on. Which one do you like, this one or the solid?
I like the clouds. So
yeah, gives a bit of texture to it, right?
Yeah, it makes it more interesting, I think.
Yeah, pretty nice. So
I like it. Welcome to Fantasy Island.
And then once again, I can just go to that selection brush, just paint. Let's say oil painting. I like oil painting. Let's see. What should I put here? Maybe a dragon, right? Maybe we need a dragon.
Oh, okay, yeah, sure. Yeah.
So I made that, and then I just hit generative fill. I'm just going to say dragon. I don't think you need to type in like say flying. Like if you put it in the sky, they read that information.
Yeah, right.
And I just hit generate. Generating. Generating.
Oh, I'm generating my.
And I got to move this over. Oh, look at that. It's a thin dragon.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of cool. I like the style. It keeps a similar illustration-y style.
Let's see.
This one has a nice red.
And the lighting looks.
Yeah, kind of take the golden on its wing is sort of like where the sun is coming down.
Yeah,
I like that one. Pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay. We can have a whole bunch.
As you can see, it keeps the layers, so you can see the before and after of what you did. You know, so like before it was just that, then we expanded it, and then we added the dragon.
What would happen if you went into Camera Raw with that one? And
yeah, I was curious. So if I go to,
or some of your filter settings too. Okay, I want all.
No, so what I would suggest though is, so that was a good point. I was kind of thinking that is, if you were to go to Camera Raw, I think it would just affect the dragon.
That's right.
And if you go here, it just might affect the edges, right?
Smart object.
So if I just do the command option shift E, I get a composited layer of everything. So it's like a solid layer of everything. And then now when I go to filter, and then once again, I've talked about this before, but let me go over it now. When you go to filter and you see Camera Raw filter at the top, and then you see it down here. Down here would be going in fresh. If you go here, it would take the last settings you used in Camera Raw. So always go down here to get to Camera Raw. And then here we are in the Camera Raw panel. I might zoom out a little bit. And then now when I do this, I can make it more blue or more golden. Maybe a little bit more blue. I like that kind of blue bump. and then a little bit of vibrance, a little bit of saturation, and then play with the lighting. So a little exposure, not too much, maybe negative exposure.
Yeah.
Contrast, bring the highlights down. See, the clouds are kind of blown out. So now if I
Yeah.
move the highlights negative, so minus 33, 30, 39, and then a little bit of white for contrast. Be fun if you can move the dragon around. Yep. So let me just do this and then I'll try that. So yeah, so I just bumped up the effects to give it a bit of a sharpening. I hit OK. So now we have this. So that's before very kind of golden. Now it's a bit more blue, nice contrast.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I'm curious now. What I do is I go to the dragon layer and I'm going to do Command J to just make a copy of it. See if I drag it above. Yeah, now if you drag it above, you can see the background has that
same color.
Yeah, the color that it had in the previous. But you do have a built-in layer mask. So if I choose, say, my magic wand tool and I click and I keep shift, I think you have to go into, even though I'm going to use the layer mask, you have to go into the layer part of that new layer. So the left side, shift click with the magic wand, get in between the legs, get underneath, get around. Just keep shift clicking until it looks like a solid selection. Maybe I could have, if it came up, I might have been able to click in the taskbar to select subject as well. Who knows? But I hit Q to see the preview. It looks pretty good. There might be a couple little artifacts, but I don't care. I'm just going to click to make it a little bit more solid. And then I'm going to right click, choose feather, give it a 1 pixel feather. And then when I go to that layer mask, I can just fill with black. It knocks out the background. I see there's a little bit of remnant, so I just choose my brush, do a left bracket, make it smaller, make sure the flow is set to 100 in the options bar up top. And I'm just going to, make sure that black is the foreground color, and then I'm going to paint away any extra remnants.
Good job. Nicely done.
Yeah, nice.
Andrew, real quick, one thing I do like about that is in the contextual. Oh, and then now you can move the dragon around. Hey.
Right now, the thing I was going to say, though, hold that thought, though.
Okay.
I have the dragon its own layer, but now I would have to go to the regular layer underneath, either choose that new selection brush. Where'd it go to?
What are you trying?
The selection brush. Oh, there it is. It's under. I put in my like selection.
Oh yeah.
Area. So there's object selection, quick selection.
That's what I'm going to do that too.
So I'm going to just go in and just quickly select the dragon, and that's on the original composited layer. And then now when I hit generative fill, and I just hit generate, I don't put anything in. So I hit generate on the right. It should blend it with that kind of aqua blue to like a cyan blue sky, which it did pretty good. There's a little bit of remnants, but I can clean that up. Made some weird. It's making tripods in the sky now.
Okay.
So I go to the first one. I think that's good enough. So what I tend to do is select the bottom layer, Command E, so now it's solid. And then I can go to, which I also did want to show you anyways, under the spot healing brush area, there's the remove tool. So I can just click and it takes away those little extras.
I love the remove.
So now when I choose my move tool, I can move, I can make the dragon fly.
Dragonfly. Hey, look at it go. Oh, look at him go.
We'll just do this for the next 10 minutes if you don't mind.
That sounds good. We'll play some music. Oh, some glitch core, perhaps.
Okay. And then you were saying?
I was just saying, one of the things I do like about when you're making your selection there in the contextual taskbar, you can go down and you can make further refinements to your selection. You can have you seen the contract and expand and smooth and so forth?
Nice.
I like having that ability. I've been using that quite a bit.
Like it a lot.
And stuff, and I like it a lot too. I don't know why I'm being so weird, man. I don't know. Maybe I'm just in a good mood.
Friday.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
I hope that was helpful for everyone. So just remember that generative AI generate an image in Photoshop is now in the regular Photoshop besides just the Photoshop beta.
We've ruled the world. Okay.
Rule.
Settle down.
And so, yes. Oh, and so I'm going to give a couple shout outs to where Friday is Weird Day. Yes, we like weird.
I
Thank you,
guess so.
Ingrid.
I
So I'm going to give
apologize.
a bit of shout outs, and I wanted to also give a reminder to. So I don't know if people have been following in the Photoshop and Lightroom group the drama, but what's happened is the Facebook bots had flagged some what they call intellectual property violations, but they won't show us what it is. So they immediately removed it. So if you go to disagree with the decision, they end up saying you have no proof. And it's like, yeah, you didn't give me any proof. And then it tells you that the quality status of the original Photoshop and Lightroom group has been reduced down to yellow. And there's a warning saying if you get another violation, they can delete the group. So because me and John, being admins of that group, love the members so much, we're taking on the big project of creating a new Photoshop and Lightroom group and building it up and having people jump over there. So please come join the new, where is it?
Oh.
Join the new Photoshop and Lightroom group.
Da-da-da-da.
That's facebook.com/groups, Photoshop and Lightroom group. You could also most likely go up to the top left in Facebook search, type in Photoshop and Lightroom, click on it, and then click on the subcategory for groups. And it is currently about to be 8,000 members. So if you see the 8,000 member Photoshop and Lightroom group, that is the one to join. The one that is 388,000 that we worked so hard to build could be deleted at any moment now. So we are going to archive it on September 15th, just in case, unless Facebook beats us to it.
It's madness, I tell you.
Cather E says, no, don't close.
I know.
Well, we want to make sure that people can go into a new group before they might delete it for us. So time for some shout outs. So first is you can follow John on Facebook at Pixelingo Media. Where's the laser beams, John? Laser beams. Facebook, Pixelingo Media.
Yeah. I'll be sure to
Follow. And then you can follow John on Behance at behance.net, Pixelingo, and on Instagram at PixelingoJW. So the recording of this will be on my YouTube. So please consider subscribing for more Photoshop and Lightroom or AI art and digital art focused live streams and tutorials on my YouTube, youtube.com/DrewCav. That's youtube.com/DrewCav. And if you didn't get that, that's Drew Cav on YouTube.
What was that? Huh?
Drew Cav on YouTube. And then please come follow my digital artist Drew Cav page on Facebook at facebook.com/digitalartistdrew. And once again, a reminder to come join. Where is it? Come join the new Photoshop and Lightroom group. Facebook.com/groups. Photoshop and Lightroom group is the URL. And if you haven't already, consider joining the AI art and digital art group. Facebook.com/groups. AI art, digital art, which we might have a contest soon when we pass 50,000 members in that group. So
almost there.
So yes, thanks everyone for watching, joining us. And do remember, if you try the new Photoshop 2024 with the new updates, and you'll find that generate image option. If you do have any of those text prompt issues where it doesn't paste in the text prompt, you can go to Photoshop beta and do the same thing. It is the brand new generate image capability in Photoshop 2024. So be patient. It's the first release. There'll be plenty of updates. And Richard, Edward says thanks, and Richard says thank you, kind sirs.
Thank you. Yeah,
thanks everyone for watching. Always enjoy doing this with John, my favorite co-host, my tag team. So I like it a lot.
Fist bump, Andrew. Here we go. It's
Which way is it?
Other way, I think.
Yeah, I'm in mirror mode. There we go.
There we go.
Fist bump, boom. It was in mirror mode. I'm like confused.
I know, Mike.
Thanks, everybody. And just says thanks, gents.
Thanks. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you.
Right. So look for the top pinned post for the link to the recording and any news about the status of the groups, contests, other fun news, events, etc. Thanks, everybody. Have a good one.
Take care.